Hi there, welcome to Raylene Maths. We will continue with the fraction operations playlist, this time by multiplying fractions, which is just a variation on the simplifying fractions that we saw in the last video. So let's consider multiplying the fraction 15 over 28 with the fraction of 42 over 75. Before we actually work on multiplying fractions, it's worthwhile to consider if the individual fraction can be simplified. If you've decided that it can't because the fractions top and bottom have no common factors, then when we multiply fractions, we just multiply straight across. There is no cross multiplying or flipping or anything involved here. So to multiply straight across, don't get too excited and multiply the 15 times the 42 right away. Represent it as 15 times 42 across the top and 28 times 75 across the bottom. Now, we'll proceed as if it's a simplifying fractions question where we continue to further simplify or factorize each of the factors in the top and in the bottom. Specifically, look for common factors. Well, we can factorize the 15 into 3 times 5, which is helpful because we have a 5 factor in the 75. So we'll go ahead and do that. Furthermore, we see that we have the 42, which is 6 times 7, and the 28 is 4 times 7. And we know that 75 is going to be 3 times 25, so we can factorize that. Now we see some common factors in the top. Specifically, we have a 7 in the top and the bottom, which we can divide out or cancel, and a 3 in the top and the bottom are common factors. If we take it further then, we see that we've got a 5 times 6 and a 4 times 25. But we have common factors with the 6 and the 4, so I'm going to break down or factorize the 6, and I'm going to factorize the 4. 5 is prime, so its only factors are 1 in itself. I could write 5 as 1 times 5, but unless there's nothing left in the numerator, I don't need to represent that 1. Furthermore, 25 is 5 times 5. I will write that factorization down, and then I will simplify by recognizing a common factor in the top and bottom of 5 and a common factor of 2. When I'm left, I've got 3 over 2 times 5, which is 10. So what I'm seeing is that this entire result of whatever 15 times 42 is over whatever 28 times 75 is the same as 3 over 10. Let's confirm this by checking our product on the calculator. 15 times 42 is 630. 28 times 75 is 2,100. And so 630 divided by 2,100 is 0.3. And if we take a look at 3 divided by 10, that's also 0.3. In other words, this fraction minus the fraction of 3 over 10 should be equal. And indeed they are, because we get a difference of 0. So what we want to point out is, in this case, it's a lot easier to break the numbers down by factoring before you actually multiply to get really big numbers. So except for the step that we had 2 separate fractions, this is really a simplifying fractions question in disguise. In the next video, we will take a look at dividing fractions, which is really just a multiplying fractions question in disguise. Thanks for checking out Raylene Maths.